Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Yes, it has been a few days since the last episode dropped online, but you may ask where I've been, and the answer is I've been working. So I work 12-hour shifts, so once I've finished working I've had enough of IT, so hence there's not been an episode for about 4 days. So we are now off now until Friday, so hopefully we will get lots of gardening done and lots of podcasting done for you as well, because I do know people enjoy these episodes from how many people listen to them. So keep on subscribing to the podcasts and hopefully we will get lots more published for you. So what have we been up to today? Well, it's a new start of a week and it's a new challenge ahead for the week as well, because when I'm off for 4 days as it is, I like to set myself little challenges of getting areas cleared, and last week was getting a couple of strawberry beds done, and this week will be to continue that area. I have got a lot of it done, but there is so much to do in that area. I did a lot of it last year in redesigning it all, putting up some fencing, creating new beds for it and everything, but it needs some tweaking doing to it, because some of the paths are too thin for my feet and I struggled to get around them last year. I'm trying to make use of every little bit of space, but unfortunately the paths were too thin, so I struggled to get down them, which prevents you from stopping to getting round to weed areas that you struggle with and stuff like that. So it needs a good overall, and also some of the fencing came down last year. I'm not brilliant at DIY, far from it. I really am not good at it. So some of it came down, so we need to get it all back up again and fastened back to how it should look, and hopefully we'll put it in a lot stronger than it was in previously, because it didn't last long whatsoever. But hopefully we'll get it all back in. So we've got all that to do, and I want to get this area finished this week. That is the plan, to get it all completed and get it cleared and get this area sorted, so then next week I can move on to my main plot area, which is a hell of a lot bigger than this area that I'm doing, but it shouldn't take as long because it is all designed how it should look. All the beds are made out, all the paths are laid, etc, etc. So it's a case of just getting it all cleared, getting it all tidied and getting rid of the rubbish, because I am a messy gardener. I really am. I'm not the tidiest of gardeners, and I really should be. I don't show all the mess in the photos half of the time. I do show it on the live tours when I do it live on Facebook, but I can be very messy and I don't tidy up after myself, which I really should do if I want it to look good. So I'm going to try and keep on top of it this year and try and keep it looking tidy, because then I won't have as much job to do in the winter as I do now, because all I do is I weed and I pile it up, and I should be moving it and clearing it away and stuff like that and tidying it to make it look a lot better, and to stop it from being a trip hazard as well, because leaving it stuff lying around everywhere is not very good, and obviously it's not very environmentally friendly. So we've got all that to do, but I'm hoping to get some rose plants in this week. I went across to my local supermarket and I noticed they got roses in at £2 a piece. Now I bought a couple of them last year to grow in climbing roses and for the border, and they came out fantastic. So because I know they've done really well, I'm going to go back and get some more this year, because I know hopefully they'll grow well and they'll bloom and they'll make my plot look beautiful again, because I'm trying to get as much stuff in the plot what will come back year after year, and that will keep flowering and keep impressing me. And the more I get in, the less I have to keep growing myself. So eventually it's going to look like a fantastic, beautiful garden. That is the plan, so that I've got stuff coming back year after year after year after year. And obviously I can keep growing the little bits that I want to, like the sunflowers and the cannula and bits and bobs like that, like marigolds, etc, etc. But the more stuff that I've got that's permanent will save me time in the future. So that's what I'm trying to do. I like to invest a bit in my plot every single year and make it a bit better year on year. And it's, like I say, I've been doing this 16-17 years, this plot now, and every year it gets a little bit better, a little bit there. And yeah, I could get it all done in 1 year if I wanted to and skint myself out, but I like to do a little bit every year or so. It's like I'm working on getting all my paths done out of paving slabs, so every year I'll buy a few more paving slabs, and eventually all my paths will be paved and it'll look really nice, rather than having muddy paths everywhere that are uneven. Obviously I still have the black membrane underneath the paths, because the membrane will stop the weeds from growing as well. So, but I just like the look of paving slabs on the paths, and it does look a lot better, and it's a lot easier to keep. All you have to do is keep sweeping them every so often and stuff like that. So yeah, I do like to have the paving slabs down on the plot, and eventually we'll get there. We'll hopefully get some more this year and get a few more laid, and keep on chugging away in improving the plot. And that's all I can do at this time of year, is just keep working on them improvements and making it look the best that it can. And if you want to look around my plot, have a look on my Facebook page, because I've done a live tour today on my Facebook page, Gardening with Ben, and you'll be able to have a look around and see what I've been getting up to and how it is actually looking, because obviously I can talk about it all I want on these podcasts, but it's good to have the visualization as well. So head over onto my Facebook page and have a look, and you'll be able to have a little tour around and see exactly what it looks like, and hopefully what will get done this week. But with how much I've got done today, I'm pretty certain that it will be finished, this area, by the end of the week if I continue working on that. So we are getting there, and it is looking pretty good at the moment. And yeah, I've had a pretty good day, and tomorrow I'll hopefully get my last lot of strawberries in the ground. That's the key plan for tomorrow, is to get the final lot of strawberries in the ground while it is still nice. I'm hoping that we don't get no frost forecast for this week, because I do want to get these strawberries in the ground. I've got 2 beds done already, and I've got my final bed to do. So once I've done them, then that is one of the main tasks done, because I do like to get my strawberries sorted, get them cut down, get them trimmed, get rid of any diseased leaves off them, tidy them up, throw away any old plants what haven't done anything, and basically get them ready for producing the best crops ever this year. So hopefully we'll get some good strawberries again this year, because I am really going to give them my all this year, and hopefully get some good produce from them. And you'll be able to see all the pictures on Instagram once they are, because I do like sharing pictures, and I'm sure there'll be some more selfies holding the strawberries as well, because who doesn't love a good selfie? So that's a little catch up today. We'll have another podcast tomorrow where we'll talk about a different topic, so hopefully you'll come back tomorrow. But do remember to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all these podcasts. It's amazing to see how many people have subscribed to these podcasts. I really can't believe it, and the amount of people listening now is like over 200 episodes a day. So keep on listening and keep on gardening, keep on smiling, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcast. Until tomorrow, we'll see you later. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode, Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.